everyone, welcome back to Keto Crafter. I'm Lori. I've been following a ketogenic carnivore lifestyle since November of 2019, and I've lost 120 pounds so far. Still have some weight to lose, but today I kind of just wanted to do like I guess you could say a weekend roundup. I didn't post any videos this weekend. Saturday, my husband and I went over to the first local farmers market of the year here in town, and then we went over to a couple towns over and tried to find another farmers market. Both were relatively small, but it was a nice getaway. And then we had swung by Walmart, came home, and we got the kids and my mother, and we went up to Bass Pro Shop. And I had a good laugh in the hot sauce section. They had some really neat names for hot sauces. Didn't really buy anything other than a t-shirt that they had on sale for $5. But it was just nice getting out. Some days it's good just to break away from the house and go out exploring. Found a couple of areas that we had not been through yet since we moved down here in 2017. And I think my husband found a new place to possibly go fishing, so he's happy. Other than that, a pretty relaxing weekend. Yesterday was mostly relaxing. I'm trying to put together a somewhat sort of a studio area. I don't have a whole lot of room to play around with, but I do have a new desk. I've got a microphone coming, and hopefully make it more, I hate to say professional because I am so not professional, and I'm never going to be professional. If you're looking professional, go somewhere else, because I'm never going to be professional. But anyway, trying to carve out a section where my desk is to have that. So there may not be as many videos up this week because I'm trying to get all that situated. As far as a health update, I'm feeling really good. The hidradenitis outbreak that I've been dealing with is continuing to heal up. It's not fully healed yet, but I am getting it there. I haven't really been working on many recipes right yet, but we did put in some chicken to marinade. And if you've ever been to Walt Disney World and you've ever dined at Ohana at the Polynesian restaurant, and if you've never dined at Ohana, if you're going to Disney World, that is the one place that I would highly suggest trying to get a reservation for. I think they're still closed. They might have reopened by now, but it's in Orlando. It's at the Polynesian Resort. It's called Ohana. Now, it is a very expensive meal, which most things at Disney are, but they have just really delicious food. I would categorize it possibly as very dirty keto. So if you're strict keto, pass it up. But I will say that if you are going to go off plan, it is the meal that I would go off plan for. Even knowing what I know now, I don't think I could resist. That's a tough one, because the food was probably one of the best meals I've ever had in my life. But their meat marinade, because they roast the meat over an open fire, and their meat marinade that they use on their chicken, their pork, their beef, and their shrimp, we actually have the recipe. Unfortunately, it is not keto friendly. So I have ketofied it by changing it. So instead of using like regular brown sugar, I use Lakanto Golden. But you have to let the marinade the meat marinade in the stuff for 3 days minimum. So we put our chicken in yesterday, and it will be finished on Tuesday, and my husband's gonna actually smoke it in the smoker. Normally we grill it, and this is something that you will want to get, like if you're gonna do chicken, which is what I love it on. You wanna get the chicken with the bones in and the skin on. Not to mention that's gonna provide you with collagen, but also it just really, it's very juicy. It's very moist and tender meat, and it's delicious. It's wonderful. It's really good with shrimp, but I think my favorite is probably the chicken. And I'll post that recipe in the description box down below, so make sure you look for that. Now I doubled it because we've got 6 really large chicken breasts that we're gonna do. But if it's just, you know, if you're like a family of 2, a single recipe would be fine. If you've got more than, you know, if you've got some big, you know, chicken breasts or thighs or legs or any, you know, if you've got a lot of chicken that you want to do, then I would suggest doubling it or even tripling the marinade. But you definitely want to let it sit in the marinade in the refrigerator for at least 3 days. I don't think it needs any longer than 3 days. We have tried it and let it go for 5 days. However, I feel that 3 days is the sweet spot. The no carb sweet spot, because we don't do carbs. But I found that it's very delicious. And I think that it's going to turn out really good. If you follow me on Instagram, which I'm on Instagram, the Keto Crafter, and I'll be posting pictures of the chicken there, and probably on my Facebook, as well as the Two Crazy Ketos family group. All of that information is down below. Another thing that I wanted to touch base on is food addiction. Food addiction, I don't think, is talked about nearly as much as it should be. I think that we tend to think of addiction as something that is just drugs and alcohol or cigarettes, or just unsavory, reckless living. However, food addiction is a real problem, and a lot of people do struggle with it. And I think that we need to make an effort to open up whenever we're struggling with a food addiction, just so that, number one, we find out that we're not alone, and number two, so that you can acknowledge it. Sometimes you need to say it out loud in order to acknowledge it, that, hey, you know, I have a problem I could use help with. And I will say that keto does help with that. Keto, carnivore, ketovore, any type of a lifestyle change, not a diet, because I really hate the word diet, because with diets, some people have the ability, are more susceptible, I guess you could say, to form an eating disorder. There's nothing wrong with you. You're fine just the way you are, whether you weigh 120 pounds or whether you weigh 450 pounds. There's nothing wrong with you. The fact is that everything should be focusing on optimizing your health, not losing weight. The weight loss will come. It will happen naturally. If you optimize your health, weight loss will happen naturally. That's the important thing to remember. And you're going to struggle. It's called being human. I still struggle. There are certain things that I simply cannot resist because I am addicted to it. Donuts is a huge problem for me. I have a real problem with donuts. I've really battled my addiction to pasta. I don't really crave pasta like I used to. I also don't really have the bread addiction that I used to have. You have to be willing to do the hard work in changing your mindset, really. Yes, changing your diet, so to speak, and not eating those foods for a while will help. But you really have to also do the hard work and stop thinking about it, stop dwelling on it. And when you're idle, when you're not doing anything, when you have spare time, that's when the struggle is going to be the hardest thing to overcome. Stay busy, find a hobby, read a book, play a game, go for a walk, do some exercising, knit, crochet, do scrapbooking, anything to keep your mind, because once you start thinking about it, you will start trying to justify just a little bit. But that little bit just keeps on and it keeps on and it keeps on. And before you know it, you have went back to eating the stuff that you know you shouldn't eat. It's not a matter of wanting it. You don't need it. You don't need it to survive. There's no scientific proof that proves that anybody needs sugar to survive. You need fat. You need protein. You need a certain amount of vitamins and minerals that you should be getting from whole foods as much as possible. Yes, some of us have to supplement. That's okay, that's fine. But you should try to get as much as you can from your food. Next up, something that this is a really hard topic to talk about. I don't want to get too religious, but if you've ever read the scripture Matthew 7, and this is on not judging. And I think that I've seen some things on Instagram that are, I don't spend a lot of time on Instagram simply because I see a lot of judging. And it's the very people that say that you shouldn't judge. Don't judge somebody simply because they're doing keto or carnivore a different way than you are. At least try to make an attempt not to. We all do it. Every single person on this planet judges someone else in some shape or form, and sometimes they don't even realize they're doing it. Doesn't matter whether it's diet, lifestyle choices, job choices, car choices, or either in something we wear. We all judge. But we do have the power to try to stop it. So I would really like to encourage you, don't judge somebody. If you catch yourself, and really make a point to really be observant in your actions, your words, and if you notice that you have judged someone, try to look at it from their perspective. Analyze everything. For instance, if you see somebody eating the keto bread that they get like at Costco or Aldi's. Now, I personally don't like those breads simply because they contain wheat and gluten, and for myself, I have problems because it triggers my hidradenitis and my fibromyalgia, and it just triggers inflammation. It's just not good. But try to look at it from their perspective. They may be trying to transition from regular sugar-filled, carb-loaded bread. They're trying to get away from that. They may have an addiction to bread, and the keto bread is a healthier option. Now, I'm not saying that it is healthy. I'm just saying that it's better than eating the other. Look at it from that point of view and try not to be judgmental and say, oh, well, that's not keto. And I've seen people, on Instagram, and I don't know a lot of people over there. I follow a few people, they follow me. Sometimes I get recipe ideas from Instagram, sometimes I, find a new product. But if, and like in the groups, I know in several groups that I used to be in, there was a lot of judging because of the way that somebody was doing dirty keto. And dirty keto is when you eat, you try to stay on keto, but some of the products are made with ingredients that could be inflammatory, like eating Kraft mayonnaise. I would rather see somebody eat Kraft mayonnaise than eat an Oreo. Is the Kraft mayonnaise healthy? Well, no, not technically no, but if that person is making an attempt, anybody that is making an attempt, and you know what, it's not even about keto, if they're making an attempt to do something to better themselves, to better their life, to better the life of those around them, if they are making an attempt to be forgiving, or if they're making an attempt to bridge gaps or build bridges, so to speak, in any aspect of their life, try to be supportive, try to be encouraging, because don't we have enough problems in the world? Let's stop tearing each other down. Let's start building each other up. Because if we build each other up, the possibilities are endless. We can do anything. We can heal ourselves. We can heal others. We can form bonds that are unbreakable. We can be a friend to someone in need. We can help someone that is struggling. If you see somebody that is eating meat that they buy from Walmart, guess what? Sometimes I buy meat from Walmart. I don't eat the grass-fed, grass-finished. Frankly, I don't even like the taste of it. I get, like, if I find steaks on sale over here at the Food Giant, or if I find them on sale at Publix or another store, I'm going to get them because it's what I can afford. And there is nothing wrong with it. And I think that if we just focus on supporting each other and encouraging one another, and also making an effort to understand one another, I think we will find that life is just all around better, because we may not agree with the way that somebody's doing something, and that's fine. You don't have to agree someone to respect them, and respect is earned. If you respect someone, then it's actually sometimes healthy to have a difference of opinion. It's okay to have a difference of opinion, but don't degrade a person for having a difference of opinion. Be supportive, be encouraging, try to understand their point of view. That doesn't mean that you have to change your opinion. It just means you're acknowledging the fact that they have a right to theirs. They have a right to do it the way that helps them most. It's just something that's been on my mind lately. I don't like conflict. I don't like stress. I don't like what I consider stupid stress. If it's something that is not affecting my life, I try to stay away from it. I do, because I've had to. I do have a bubble. And in my bubble, I try to keep stress as far away as possible. I try to keep conflict as far away as possible. I try very hard not to judge anyone. Do I succeed all the time? Absolutely not. I'm human. I'm not perfect. By no means. I'm never going to be perfect. Is that bad? No. It's called being human. You're not perfect. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't strive to be. Try to be the perfect version of yourself that you can be. And you can do it. You can achieve it. It should be a goal even. That should be a very, that should be a good habit that you form. If you want to lose weight, then you should, it doesn't matter what diet you choose or what you choose to do, whether it's just working out and staying on the standard American diet. You should have support. You deserve to have support. And even if you're not doing keto or carnivore, I hope that you still continue to watch my videos, and I hope that I can, provide you with a little bit of support, because I believe in you no matter who you are. I don't care where you're from, I don't care who you are, and I don't care how much money you have in your account or what kind of car you drive. I need support, so therefore I'm going to give support. I think that when I try to live my life that way, I feel like I am being my best self. Whether that be at 215 pounds or 120 pounds. Whether it be with $1 million in the bank or $10 in the bank. I have a little bit more than $10 in the bank. I think that all of us are at that stage in life where, and especially during these times where you wave hi to your check and then it's gone. Paying bills it's not fun. Adulting is not fun all the time, but you have to laugh at it, you have to enjoy it, you have to make little tweaks. You tweak things here and there, whether it's your budget or whether it's the way you do laundry. You have to constantly change in order to progress, in order to grow. And we all need to grow. We all should grow. Not outwards, but mentally. It's all about what's in the mind over matter. And the more I am on this journey with keto carnivore, I feel like it's opening up, I can't really describe it. People that are on keto or have been on keto and carnivore for a while, they understand it. It's almost like something else happens. It's magical almost, because I feel like spiritually I have a stronger spiritual sense. I'm able to understand things better. I'm able to let go of things better. Sometimes you just have to let go of things. One of my favorite characters is Medea, Tyler Perry. I love the movies. I love the plays and everything. I think it's hilarious. And I remember in one of the routines that they did, you have to learn how to let go. Whether that's to let go of somebody in your life, a friend, or somebody that's a negative influence on your life, or that's causing you a lot of stress. You have to let go sometimes. And sometimes you have to let go, and sometimes that person floats back into your life. And the relationship is stronger. It's more fortified. There's a better foundation. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. And sometimes the person or the thing leaves your life and never returns, and that's because it's just not meant to be. And that's okay. But my advice anyways, don't stress out over things that you honestly have no control over. If you can't control it, you shouldn't worry about it. But the stuff that you do have control over, like being a kinder person, being a better person, the best version of yourself. Don't think of it as being right. Don't think of it as being wrong. Don't think of it as being good or being bad. I mean, obviously, I'm not encouraging you to go out and steal your neighbor's newspaper. That's not nice. Don't be mean to your neighbor's kids because they play ball too close to your vehicle. Be kind to one another. Smile at a stranger. You know, I'm very fortunate that I live in a little community that a lot of people walk around here. And they'll walk up and down the street, and I don't know some of them's names, but if they pass by, and even those that drive past, I smile at them, and sometimes I wave, particularly if somebody's, you know, driving past, and I just put my hand up and wave to them, because that might brighten their day. I know that when I'm out and somebody smiles at me, or somebody says hello, or something as simple as a Walmart door greeter. I have a special place in my heart for Walmart door greeters because they're generally senior citizens that are just trying to make a little extra money in retirement, because retirement on Social Security is a joke. And so those people are doing their job. If they're smiling and saying welcome to Walmart, then I think it's important to acknowledge them, because they're trying to make your experience a better one. No matter what you're doing, if you're doing keto or carnivore, there should be somebody in your life that is making your experience worth it. I'm just lucky. I'm so lucky that I have so many people on the internet and off the internet that are in my life that make doing this lifestyle worthwhile. Their encouragement, their support has made me stronger. I think it's made me a better version of myself. Be a better version of yourself. We can all do it. It's not easy, doesn't cost anything. It's absolutely free. And that's all the wisdom that I can muster up for today. It's a Monday. And my desk chair should be here shortly, and so I'm going to try to put it together. It might even look like a desk chair when I'm finished. But I hope you're having a great day. I hope you had an awesome weekend. Have an awesome week. And I'll be posting more later on. And until next time, stop making excuses and start making progress. I'll see you later.